we had an engagement with the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, and we had reports that we had finished and also had them tabled in the County Assembly plenary session around June, and they were adopted. And some of the recommendations in the reports that we did were about 3, some about executive, but also with the alcoholic drinks control and liquor licensing board, and we were able to hand over the reports to the EACC for further investigation. You are aware that our Public Accounts Committee does a lot of interrogative work, but then we conduct most of our work using hearings and using tabled documents. So for the fairness of the witnesses and also for the fairness of the report, we thought it was important to recommend some of the recommendations that needed EACC to pursue further. We have come and had extensive deliberations with them on those issues. Number 2 is that being the first year, we also wanted to forge a partnership so that we do more of corruption preventive and ethics part of our work, so that as much as possible we ensure that money is not getting lost. Because once money is lost, even if somebody is taken to court and all those things, recovering it is also a whole journey. So we felt that if we can have a way of preventing and supporting ethics work, then a lot of money will not be stolen in the first place, and money for development and for services for Mwananchi are going to be realized. Because of that, the directors that we met had firm commitments on a program that they call the Corruption Prevention Committees, that they want us to work and forge a working relationship with them, together with other modalities of sensitizing our members and staff, so that these issues of can also go down even as we look at restitutive measures. We also are looking at preventive measures. Once we got in, about 9 thereabouts were added, so we came in and our hands were full. We are happy that about 3 are fully tabled in the assembly. About 9 of those we have finished our work. We are just waiting for adoption of the report by the committee and then tabling it to the House. And then now we are working on the 9. And the strategy of the committee is that by early next year, we need to have finished all these reports and process them to the next level, so that now we work on dealing with the people in office, so that we are not told I was not in office or this and this happened when I was not the accounting officer. So we want to fast track, and I'm happy that the team has really committed themselves. The Assembly has given us the support. We just wanted more support from institutions like EACC to help us to sharpen our recommendations, so that it's easier for them to use them to the next, processing them in the next level.
I was asking about this.
The liquor licensing and alcohol control of Nairobi. First of all, is a big honor because all the licenses come to one pot, and they're supposed to do a lot of work in preventive alcoholism in the city, and you can see is one of the things even the current president and the deputy are actually following up on very heavily. And so we thought that we need to reorganize it. They had had challenges in presenting their reports. I'm happy that the first time they were able to, we started and concluded their matters, and I am so sure that in the next financial year their reports are going to be much better. So there are glaring issues. Number 1, of course, AIE holders overstepping their mandates because of very little scrutiny maybe before. We were able to reprimand them. We've also recommended some of the monies to be looked into and be brought back to the county if there is sufficient evidence. Number 3, the others also, we felt that some good work was done. When Congestina, our boxer, some of the help she's been getting the money had come from this. It was flagged because some of the paperwork was not done very well, but there were others that were glaring, like that one where we felt we need to knock it off because primarily it's a good gesture. We needed more of this. The others about some of the things that they've been doing, we are able to recommend maybe they've tightened their regulations, but more, and also reduce the number of bank accounts that they have, so that they have at least one that deals with fines and another deals with licenses. The others, all of them be closed so that the monitoring can be better. And this report was of as of 2019-2020.
The financial reports have never been availed. This institution has been used as a cash cow. It has been used as a pit where people just go collect money, pay for trips abroad, pay for rendezvous here and there. So it has not been very beneficial to the county. You had the chairman highlight one case of Congestina, which is a very good case. But you know, the issue of the bank accounts, 7 bank accounts, which were not meant to allow the efficiency, but were meant to hide actually what was the bad things which were happening there. So with this report, we hope that we'll change the liquor board, and the problems with the liquor board is what has brought about the problems with the unlicensed bars and bars everywhere in Nairobi. It's because these licenses were being issued at sites. There were no sub-county committees were never involved in this as is required by the Act. The licensing regime was maybe depending on a single person, and everybody who tried to question that was silenced in one way or the other. So this is a very critical report for the county, and I think that it will give an inspiration to other counties on how to effectively, you know, we see the deputy president is trying to fight drug abuse, trying to fight alcoholism. And you know, sometimes when the vice economy, the bars and restaurants, the bars and nightclubs move into residential areas, the whole vice economy moves there. The drug dealings and all the bad sides of our economy, or the vice economy, moves with the bars and nightclubs. So with this report, we hope that we might change things and we might bring order. We allow for Nairobi to have you know, a saner society. We clearly mark that, you know, you can do this and you cannot do this in one or the other. The other thing that we have to highlight is that the period under question was when NMS took over. And NMS was basically answering to nobody. The National Assembly was not able to question them, and the County Assembly, they would ignore all the summons. This is the first time we were able to sit with the officers and ask them questions, because when you summoned anybody who worked under NMS, they will tell you that, you know, we are not coming and there's nothing you can do about it. So I think it will also show the seriousness the oversight bodies, including the County Assembly, would do. One thing we requested the EACC to do is that they need to recommend for financial autonomy of the counties, because some of the works we do here is very risky. It's risky in this regard that you do this, then you hear development is not going to go to your wards because you're questioning the executive. Maybe you're not going to be paid a salary because you're questioning the executive. So these are things which we need to separate the accounts of the executive and the accounts of the assemblies, so as to give strength to these committees and to allow us to properly oversight the counties.